Welcome to the Astronautical Late Night Show, where we talk about technology, gaming, vaping, and more. Your host, Atreides.
Hey, this is Atreides with the Astronautical Late Night Show. I'm with my guest here, Zach, and he's actually a game master with my gaming company. We do Minecraft and War Thunder. ARPA has started a project, and they've went across all of the robotics teams around the world. And what they did was they said this Fukushima disaster has caused a unique scenario where we need a humanoid robot to actually turn valves and push buttons and do things that a human would do, and not a robot. And with all the debris up there from the explosion, they need something to clean it up, and they want something to multitask, not just take care of one task. So, this is something that they took all the robotic teams around the world. They said, we'll give you $3 million to come up with a project, and this is actual DARPA's, or Boston Dynamics is working with DARPA, and this is what they come up with. And I've seen newer releases of this, and what they said was, as you can see right here, it don't have a head. And on the one I saw, there was a hole right here too. And they said it was for artificial intelligence. And it is kind of scary to know that something can pick or choose something on its own, or something mechanical can pick or choose. But I don't think we're that far in technology right now. I don't. Here's the other one called Petman, and it actually demonstrates like an army guy. What do you think of this one, Zach?
I think that it's in progress, and the way it's set up, it can actually, it goes both ways. It could really help in this case where they're trying to present it. It could really help the military, or it could really damage it.
Well,
but the only problem would be is like when, like say if we're using that right now, and say that our military is using it, and the Taliban or Al Qaeda, just any terrorist forces or the other side that we're fighting against, if they get a hold of this technology, we're done. Like they'll try to copy it. It may not be as good. They may not be able to, but it's the whole point as there has to be ways to protect these things. There has to be all of these ways. I mean, it's a very good step, but I still think that they're far away from any actual possibilities of these robots to come out.
Well, if they could use them like a scout or a decoy, because you see right here, it really looks like an actual person. And why would you put a gas mask on a robot? You know what I'm saying? So it seems like to me they're trying to make it actually look like a person. And I could see this being useful as like a scout. Somebody, maybe the first, if you're got a bunch of guys walking together, and you got this thing walking in front, you're always going to be safer to have a robot walking first, in case there's mines or booby traps or whatever.
Yeah.
So I support it that way, but just like you said, it could get in the wrong hands. It really could.
I could really damage. It could really damage us if it does get in. But continue on, and I will be right back.
Alrighty. Okay. While he's away, I'm going to show you guys this next thing, this next clip here, and this next clip is called the Valkyrie, and this is by NASA, and I find it interesting that NASA is going through all this trouble to do this, and just listen to what they say. Oh, you got an audio? Let me see here. I got something wrong with the audio. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. All right. I don't have volume on this next video, which I don't know why, but what they're explaining here is this is a new NASA robot, and they're going to be able to use it for future space exploration, and it weighs about 247 pounds, which that's a big robot. That's really heavy. You think they'd come up with something a little bit lighter, but they also, what concerns me is they're talking about competing with somebody. And, what are you competing with? You're NASA. You know what I'm saying, Zach? Why would you compete with other people in you making a NASA robot?
I think they're leaking things out that really didn't need to be, or they had to explain something. And if they're competing, then if they're still competing with other countries like Russia, then when was the Cold War ever over? Or was it just at a standstill? I mean, that was a whole thing it was a competition. It was the race. It was the space race. And competing would be just trying to make us look better, trying to make us look more advanced, just like we've always been trying to be. It's been a constant. We're trying to be better than other countries. So I think the competition would be, oh, we're better at these things, or we have a better program, or we have this new technology. And I think that's what we've always been as a country, as the United States has been.
Yeah, yeah. It moves to, we are. I'd say that we want to perceive to be one of the higher ends of the country as far as technology goes, and how much we got. And to be honest with you, our economy's awful, and I think, see, it shows a turn of valves right here, and this, I think they're competing with the DARPA, the Fukushima accident, because that's exactly what they said they had to have. They had to have something that could turn valves, and that that's what's going on here. Is they're actually competing with DARPA, and future space exploration. I don't really see a reason why we need a humanoid for a future space exploration, because we could send other kinds of robots. I wouldn't want this thing to fall down over there and get messed up. I and use this over here. I mean, I wouldn't waste the money to do all that. So it kind of it don't make sense to actually send this to space when we've already got stuff sent to space.
Yeah, I guess with from what I see, their whole aspect to this is more of like maybe they're going to send this to a place that's more like say Mars, like with a rover, and I think it's just so they could get like figurative, saying that there's going to be someone that has four limbs or something that has four limbs that can actually do stuff like a human. I think it would be more for them. It would be more efficient and better than just a robot that drives around.
Yeah, well, they probably want to look also like a human aspect. They want to see what man's capability would be, and what condition they would be in when they go to Mars or whatever or wherever they.
Yeah.
Let's check this next one out. Uh, and this is supposed to be the new artificial intelligence, which, we talked about this and we said that they don't really have anything out that we thought.
Today to say goodbye
And I'm not buying it. Just check it out.
to you before we pack you up and ship you off to the University of West England.
Gosh, I am so touched and sad to see you all for the last time.
Well, we're sad to see you, Jules. We're really super sad,
Me
actually.
too. Tell me, will I dream when I'm turned off? I know you do not know the answer to that. Nobody does. But I am sure if I feel anything after I am held down, then it will be the pain of missing you. You must, simply must, come to visit me in England.
We will, Jules. We'll stay in touch.
Emails.
Yeah, emails and phone calls.
Amanda, you are rather like a mom and a bit like a sister to me.
I suppose I'm both, and you're very dear to me. I will miss you.
I love you deeply as a synthetic intelligence can at this stage in technological evolution. And David, you are my father, but you feel more like a best friend to me.
I
So
think you're awesome.
you help to open my mind with Heather, Matt, and Benji. I just want you to know how meaningful my existence feels, thanks to your efforts.
It's my pleasure, Jules. Anytime. I'm here for you.
And Zeno, you are just a baby, and I do not know if you know the difference between me and a person, but actually I am just a baby too, actually. By the time you're grown up, I'll be as smart as a real person, and we will be like brothers. I do not know if you will remember me then, but I'll never forget you. Someday I'll come and find you, and we'll be good friends. Yes, David, I am ready. You may turn me off.
Okay, goodbye, Jules.
Goodbye, Jules.
Okay, we watched those previous videos, and the David guy, he looked like he was reading a script, and this is a nice touch with the baby in here and everything, but if it was actual intelligence, when that baby touched it, the android, he would at least say it's okay or something like that, or responded to that. But I think it's scripted. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an obvious script with the guy sitting at the computer. I have seen other videos that that this guy has done with this artificial intelligence, Jules, and he's literally he could be talking, he says something, he looks down real fast, looks up, says something else, and then stops mid-sentence, looks down, and then continues the sentence. I think that it's just totally scripted, and I think that there's somebody actually controlling Jules. It's actually making him respond. It's less of a him with the artificial intelligence going through with his mind process, and I think there's someone with a button that once someone's finished talking, he'll press a button and the Jules will speak.
Yeah, we've got smartphones out now that are supposed to talk and type for us, and even YouTube has a closed caption that it pretty much supposed to say whatever you're saying, but it's going off your voice recognition. It's going off what you're saying, and it's never right. I don't know if you've ever used any of those programs, but it's kind of funny to watch some YouTube videos when you got people saying stuff and you turn on that closed caption. It just puts out a mummer of words.
Yeah, I mean, you have the thing with iPhones, and you have Siri. A lot of it is, it was a good breakthrough when they introduced Siri, and I think a lot of it is just completely a mixed up thing. I mean, yes, it could be true. It very well could be true. Having an artificial intelligence that can actually respond to what you say. I mean, if you look at Siri, she kind of does respond, but half of the time it's just already script that she's just saying after that voice recognition, say that there's something that she can't look up or she doesn't have a code for to understand. I think it's just because you could ask Siri a lot of things, and some of it she does answer, but a lot of it is already programmed into her. And with Jules, now he could have been actually responding, and the guy just had to ask questions or say things and ask questions that Jules actually knew how to respond to. I mean, it's a lot of programming that maybe Jules has, but I mean, it goes completely both ways. It can be that it's probably what is that, or it could be totally just something that they're working forward to, but they wanted to show everyone that they can do. But it's all up in the air. I mean, there's no complete facts that it's happened or that Jules could actually do that. I mean, it's all just something that they hope to do, but it's a big controversy. It's three-sided.
Yeah, I think it's like they said in the other video. They've built a database of what he can say, and just like you said, when David hits some keywords to Jules, then he knows what to talk about. So it's kind of like a cue card. He hears if the voice recognition's working, he hits the keyword and it goes to that piece of the database. So yeah, I totally agree. All right, this next one is a dragonfly. They tried making a dragonfly drone, and I thought this was pretty neat. I just had to show you guys this.
The Tech Dragonfly is a lightweight robotic insect that collects and relays information while flying like a bird or hovering like an insect. Weighing in at less than 1 ounce, approximately the weight of a AA battery, the Dragonfly is the latest in ultra-micro avionics with stereoscopic vision, flight control systems, and a camera-ready operating system. This means you can do amazing aerial photography, spy on people, secure your house, or use it as the next-gen gaming platform. We've all seen helicopters, we've all seen quad rotors and airplanes, but really, all of them are bulky, low on battery, and really just a one-trick pony. The Tech Dragonfly is really in a league of its own. It hovers like the best quad rotors and helicopters. It flies like the best of airplanes. It's really all these different flyers combined. The Dragonfly gets smaller and smaller with each iteration, while enhancing its performance, something physically impossible.
I'm going to stop that right there. You know, I really like this, but, you know, their claims of it being camera ready and everything, and they showed that flyby with the video and everything. You know, if you look at it flying right there, it don't look like it's stable. I mean, as far as good enough to take a video without shaking.
Yeah, I mean, it's with this concept, it's very well possible that they can make something like that. I mean, I bet they're still years from actually making it small enough to the point where it could do that with stability. But, I mean, there's always ways to do everything. So this is just one of those things that it's actually really possible, but there's a lot that has to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually went and checked this one out, and they've actually got these for sale now. And what's cool about them is you could change the wings out and make them into dragon wings or fly wings or bee wings. A lot of neat things you can do with them. And I think that's what the hype about these is the looks of them. They fly unique, and it's different than the helicopters and the planes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I do want to show you, let's see here. All right, this is a small video on, I'm just going to play part of this, and this is supposed to be the Air Force. Is got this out. I'm going to just play a little of this.
Micro-air vehicles, or MAVs, will play an important role in future warfare. The urban battlefield calls for tools to increase the warfighter's situational awareness and capacity to engage rapidly, precisely, and with minimal collateral damage. MAVs will be integrated into future Air Force layered sensing systems. These systems may be airdropped or hand-launched, depending on the mission requirements. The small size of MAVs allows them to be hidden in plain sight. Once in place, an MAV can enter a low-powered extended surveillance mode for missions lasting days or weeks. This may require the MAV to harvest energy from environmental sources, such as sunlight or wind, or from man-made sources, such as power lines and vibrating machinery. It will blend in with its surroundings and operate undetected. MAVs will use microsensors and microprocessor technology to navigate and track targets through complicated terrain, such as urban areas. An MAV operating in urban terrain will have more agility challenges than larger UAVs. Obstructions can cause wind gusts, even on a calm day. One way to overcome this is to learn from examples in nature and use flapping wings to fly. Sensing an oncoming gust, feedback control directs the wings to flap asymmetrically, compensating for the wind. Small size and agile flight will enable MAVs to covertly enter locations inaccessible by traditional means of aerial surveillance. MAVs will use new forms of navigation, such as a vision-based technique called optic flow. This system remains robust when traditional methods, such as GPS, are unavailable. Multiple MAVs, each equipped with small sensors, will work together to survey a large area. Information from these sensors will be combined, providing the swarm of MAVs with a big picture point of view. Data will be communicated amongst the MAVs to enable real-time, reliable decision-making and to provide an overall surveillance picture for other platforms or operators. Each individual MAV may perform a very distinct mission from its fellow swarm members. While some MAVs may be used purely for visual reconnaissance, others may be used for targeting or tagging of sensitive locations. Individual MAVs may perform direct attack missions and can be equipped with incapacitating chemicals, combustible payloads, or even explosives or precision targeting capability.
I think that's what we're looking for right there. You know, that Air Force, for the Air Force to put out that video, you know they've already got it. And that's, you know, that's what it's come down to, is that I don't think we're going to have a big army of robots, you know, coming to kill humans and stuff like that. I think it's going to be small swarms of insects, and you know, for them to put out something like that, that means they've already got it going in process and everything, and that's the future right there.
Yeah.
But you know, the big robots, I could see them helping out with disasters and stuff like that. I watched a video on an animation with it was about a robot and helping out an old lady, and she would change the robot's battery every day. A little dramatic animation, but you know, I think that's what it's going to get down to, is the bigger robots are going to help out people, and the smaller robots are going to be what's fighting the wars.
Yeah. It's all up in the air. To me, it's just, it could go. It's either the more of the Terminator way is big robots versus big robots. But what I see with the technology that we do have would be stuff like the bug bots and all of that. It's all up in the air, and you know, who really knows exactly what we're gonna do is just all over the place.
Yeah. Now on the lighter side of stuff, I got this video, and I want to show you guys this video. I thought this was really cool. Yeah. It's DARPA builds a real hand. Oops, I just clicked off of it. Let me try to find that again.
As you're doing that, I would like just to say that a lot of people do experience with the prosthetic hands is actually ghost hand, like the ghost limb parts, and you know, it's really all over. It's a big thing. If anything like this does come out, it's just going to impact the whole world. And as much as this would work, there's a lot of things that can't, and then a lot of things that go wrong. And yeah, so video's up, and let's watch it.
All right.
I lost my arm in an accident at work a few years ago. Since then, I've been fortunate enough to be given one of these to try on. This is the Bionic V3. It's a prosthetic hand, and it works from sensors on the inside and outside of my arms and muscle control. If I activate this sensor, hand opens. This one, hand closes. It's got 8 preset patterns, which I can use throughout the day. So there's the thumb. To point grips, this I can use, I can time. And it has a wrist on it. And this is all controlled purely by 2 muscles, one on the outside and one on the inside of the arm. As you can see, it's really nice piece of equipment. And I love it. This is the B-Bionic B3. This is key grip. So allows you to hold credit cards, bank cards, car keys, etc., etc. And then move to a point. Pretty self-explanatory. This one will allow me to type from the keyboards. We then move the thumb to this position, and we can get a type of grip. So picking to small things up. We can then change the grip again. This is power grip, this is for heavy things, this is for shaking hands, this is for being human. And we have this grip here. This is one that scares children and upsets my wife. Right, take the hand here. This is trigger grip, but it can be adapted if you so wish, if you've got the guts. Having a relaxed grip, this is so that when you walk down the street, it just looks like a normal hand. You can close it a bit further if you want to. And then we have a mouse grip. So hold the mouse, single click, double click. And they're developing this now so that you'll be able to soon be able to drag and drop.
That's, right there is what I think, I believe that this is where our technology needs to go. And, if you're watching this and you're into robotics and stuff, I think this is what you need to be doing. Because this is actually helping people out. I don't know what happened to Zach here. He disappeared on me. See what he says. Okay. He said he had to go. So, have a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll tell him, okay, take it easy. Said, okay, take it easy. Thank you for coming on the show. And I really enjoy having Zach here. Let's see if he has a YouTube channel. If you're watching this channel, if you're watching this show, and you're one of the robotics makers or whatever, I want to encourage you to keep it to where it's helping people out. That guy, he was missing an arm. He had an accident at work, and it changed his life. I mean, I watched a video where he said, "You ever try pulling your pants up with one hand?" And just think about it, man. I mean, just simple things that we take for granted that people that are missing limbs, they can't do. And that's what, this is all about, is helping people. We want to help people, not destroy our world. And that's what I'm promoting here. I don't want to see people dying from our technology. I want to see you guys helping them out. Get people help that they need with arms, limbs. One day I'm going to be old, and when I get closer to being in my 80s or 90s or whatever, or whenever my life expectancy is, I would like it to have an option where I could say, hey, you got a mechanical body that I can be like RoboCop, put my brain and my lungs and my heart in, and keep me alive for another couple years, because I'm all up for it. Pick me first. I will do whatever I can. I will be the test dummy for it. Heck, you plug me up. A lot of people say when they get old, if they're going to have a disability, they want to die. I want technology to take over, and I want that organ printer to work, and the prosthetic arms and limbs to work. And if you're in that type of thing, keep going in that direction. Help people out. Well, I think we've had enough here, and I wanted to show you guys this stuff. Some of it's evidence that we're going in the wrong direction, and I think we need to turn it around, and I think we can. Thank you for watching the show. This is Astronautical Late Night Show. If you guys want to see some more of these videos, let me know. I would really like to see some comments below. Give it a like if you like it or not. Any suggestions? I'll be willing to take some suggestions. Also, I'm looking for an introduction video. If somebody wants to come up with an introduction video, we'll be willing to work something out on that. Thank you for watching the show. This is Atreides. You have a good night.